and this is Killer Kyle, and welcome to Wheels of Fury. Just occurred.
Hi. We're back.
Hey, this is me and Matt. Got Killer Kyle here, and it just occurred to me that there's a part 2 to this night, I guess, that we just did. Check out part 1 of WrestleRock, and
So we watched part 2, now we're doing part 2.
yeah, we did this before.
It's double duty.
Yeah, we did this before when we did ECW Blood Feast.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we didn't do part 1, so at least
Or I think we did part 1, but we didn't do a part 2.
right.
Yeah.
We'll have to do that eventually as well. But
I
figured that since this actually looks like, well, it's fewer matches, but also really good matches.
Yeah,
I was very
absolutely.
impressed. What did you think, anyway?
Oh, top to bottom, the whole card was fantastic. I mean, like I said, first go around, a lot of really big, well-known names and stars of the wrestling business in the AWA on this night in '86, and yeah, great show. And I'm not sure of the name of the arena, but they were in the Twin Cities, which is Minnesota.
Exactly.
So
And that's basically where American Wrestling Association was built on.
basically,
Vern Gagne. And we'll talk about him in a bit.
yeah. So post the match with Sergeant Slaughter and
Just want to come a little bit closer.
Kamala,
Yes.
you had a AWA tag team title match with Big Scott Hall and Kurt Hennig against the Long Riders, the team of Wild Bill and Big
Yeah.
Scott Irwin.
Yes, and also you have Wild Bill Irwin, who was in Mid-South Wrestling,
Right.
and it was really cool to see this match. And I was saying to Kyle that everyone says Big Scott Hall, you know, and I look at him compared to like Kevin Nash, and he's probably a foot shorter,
Yeah.
if that.
Well, I mean,
He's still 6, whatever.
like 6'6", 6'7". Big Kev is 6'10", 6'11".
Yeah, Cody.
So there's a few inches difference.
Right. Well, Cody's taller than Scott.
Yeah, so, I mean, although I think at this period of time in the AWA, I'm sure Scott was probably significantly bigger than quite a few of the guys in the business.
Yeah.
Well, in that wrestling promotion.
Yes. There was one point where you had Kurt do a mercy fight with Bill Irwin.
Mercy fight, test of strength.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, this was a good match.
It was a clean finish with Scott and Kurt picked up the victory to retain the AWA tag titles, and of course, after the match, Big Hog Scott Irwin grabbed a loaded motorcycle boot and whatever and waylaid the crap out of Big Scott and Kurt. But
Yeah. I've never seen Kurt Hennig and Scott Hall fired up after that match. By the way, everyone did a promo after the match.
Just
after
about,
they,
yeah.
After they wrestled, and I thought that was
Yeah.
pretty cool. But yeah, just the way that, because you don't think of Scott Hall as much of a yeller, but yeah, they were wanting to beat the shit out of those guys.
Yeah.
So
Oh yeah, you watch Big Scott and WCW or WWE doing this Razor Ramon gimmick. He was very chill, very low key, very mild mannered, if you will.
yeah,
And yet, yeah, after this match and the shot to the head with the boot, they were both wanting to stomp a mud hole in both Irwins and walk it dry, so to speak.
thirsty for blood.
Aye. So this next match is an interesting one. You've got a boxing match
Yes.
featuring Scott Ledoux and Larry Zbyszko.
Very interesting because you just had Kurt Hennig in a match, and what better way to have a match than to have the referee for this match, I've said match a lot, Larry the Axe Hennig.
Yes.
So you had Larry Zbyszko, and he had this Karate Kid outfit on,
Yeah.
as a ninja by his corner.
Asian ninja, or whatever they call him.
Yeah, he's a Japanese, whatever, Japanese guy. And then, of course, you have the other. Well, I guess he was a boxer as well, but
Yeah.
it went 3 rounds, and
Man, I think it went longer than that. I think it went like 5, maybe.
oh, okay,
4 or 5, something like that. And they both end up outside the ring, and Zbyszko throws Ledoux into the ring post.
yeah,
And ding, 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 ding. Match is off.
yeah. I mean, Larry tried his best to fuck it up, but
Yeah.
I think that dude definitely beat the shit out of him afterwards, and he did a little interview after, and I mean, this was a pretty good match. And I'm not a boxing fan, but I think that this was pretty cool.
The thing about this one was it wasn't your standard traditional boxing match, if you will, where they like punch each other and headshots, body shots,
Yeah.
clench with each other for a little bit, get separated by the ref, punch, punch, punch. It was they were boxing each other, but they're also doing like arm drags and body slams and
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Well, Larry Zbyszko, yeah. Watching him in AWA as a wrestler, and then him going to WCW as a commentator. I mean, I've seen a few matches with him, obviously. His match with Bruno Sammartino.
Ah, yes.
But this is a match where he was a lot more fired up, I believe.
Yeah, you can say that.
Yeah.
Next, we go on to a match for the AWA Heavyweight Championship. The challenger, Nick Bockwinkel, against the current AWA World Heavyweight Champion, Stan the Lariat Hansen.
Ooh! Yeah. Something. Yeah.
Something along those lines.
Yeah, you know what? This was a good match. You know, 2 hosses going at it, for lack of a better term. You know, I didn't really see a lariat,
No.
so, but this was a good match, and I think that taking it on the outside as well. I was saying to Kyle, but then of course the referee or the commentator said it was actually the guy with the beer, what's his face, that was knocked out by
Oh, yeah, the referee.
Stan Hansen.
Oh, Hansen picked up Bockwinkel for like a body slam, swung him around and knocked him, bumped the ref.
Oh no, this is when Stan came out.
Oh, yeah.
No, that happened as well.
Yeah.
Which
I can't remember his name.
is usually a typical fucking move. You know, pick up a wrestler and then knock the referee out, which, you know.
Oh shit, sorry, ref.
Yeah, so that gave Stan free range. But, so yeah, Stan won the match. But Bockwinkel.
Yeah. Hanson was over to the ropes. Bockwinkel comes charging in. Stan does the old duck and boost.
Yeah.
Over the top rope, automatic disqualification.
Yes. So, yeah, Nick Bockwinkel won the match, and yeah, you know, it's kind of a shame that it had to end up like that, but
Yeah.
he had an interview. And one of the things that was always told about Nick Bockwinkel was that he was very intelligent,
Yes.
always did very good promos.
Mm.
So,
Oh yeah. Bockwinkel was a hell of a talker.
Yeah, so I mean, it's cool to like watch him do stuff like that. And, you know, I didn't even know how old he was, but he passed away a few years ago now. And just, I don't think there'll be a lot of others like him.
No.
So,
No. These final few matches are
in the cage.
something else. So first off, we've got a tag team match featuring Greg Gagne, and he's a super fly Jimmy Snuka against Bruiser Brody and John Nord, who, well, they called him the Barbarian, but they didn't like use that name.
Oh yeah.
Not to be confused with the Barbarian that was tagged in with Mang in the as the Faces of Fear.
Right, yeah.
But yeah. And the stipulation for this match was if Greg and Snuka won, then Greg's father Vern would get like 10 minutes alone in the cage with
Oh yeah.
Sheik Adnan LKC. And very good match, very physical. Two big bad motherfuckers like
Yes.
Brody and
Oh fuck.
Nord
Huss! Huss! Huss!
beating the crap out of both Snuka and Gagne, but
Yeah.
Gagne and
oh.
Snuka not backing down. And
That's like the third match I've probably seen of Brody's, and always hearing out, well, he's such a badass motherfucker. He, you know, he and like maybe three others were bleeding
yeah,
during that match.
it was him, Greg,
Yeah.
and I think maybe a little bit the Barbarian.
Yes. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was a good match too. I mean, that's like the second tag team match I saw in a cage that wasn't a tornado tag.
Yeah.
I may have seen more, but that's like to my recollection. But this was really cool. See Bill Barbarian and Bruiser Brody go
Yes.
at, you know, as a tag team.
Oh yeah.
Shit, that was awesome. Of course, you got the Superfly off the top rope onto Brody, and Brody is busted open.
Mm.
And Greg is busted open, and of course, the match ends abruptly.
Well, it ended with a roll up or something like
Yeah.
that from Snuka. So they win the match. Snuka and Gagne win the match.
Yeah.
Which leads into Vern and Sheik Adnan LKC in the cage for 10 minutes.
Right.
And
That was interesting as well.
as old as these two guys were at this period of time,
Mm-hmm.
not bad.
Vern Gagne was one badass motherfucker.
Oh, yeah,
You want to
absolutely.
talk about wrestling is fake? Fuck you, because this guy had a farm, a barn, somewhere in Minnesota,
Yeah.
and you go there, and you have fucking matches on hard mats in the ring. You work out until you puke. That was serious shit.
Oh yeah, if you trained under Vern, he'd put you through the paces and make you earn it.
Oh God, yeah.
And you look at the guys that came out of Vern's camp. Sergeant Slaughter. I think the Hennigs.
Yeah. Liquid?
Possibly, yeah. There's a whole bunch of them, but yeah. And like, in the winter time,
Oh God, yeah.
it would like.
They're fucking jogging.
Oh yeah, they'd be jogging probably, I don't know, 6 miles, maybe more.
Yeah.
And then like do squats and all this other stuff, and then learn the basics of wrestling and
Yeah.
shit like that. Like Vern was very old school
Yes.
in his methods of teaching, but I mean, you look at the people that trained under him and how successful they became. So I mean,
One match I would have really wanted to see was two guys that really had the best of the best schools for wrestling. It's Vern Gagne versus Stu Hart.
oh yeah, that would have been awesome.
That would have, yeah. But
Two big name promoters in their territories, two really big legends in the business, credentials galore.
yeah,
You know, Vern and his wrestling school. I can't even remember what it was called. If it had a name, of course.
the dungeon.
Stu Hart and the infamous family, Hart family dungeon in the basement of their house. And yeah,
It was fantastic.
Vern ended up winning.
Yes.
And then the final steel cage match of the night is the main event of the night. You got the Freebirds
Do.
of Michael Hayes and gorgeous Jimmy Garvin against What a Rush, Hawk and Animal, the Road Warriors.
Oh God, yeah, this was a good match. And those two really put out all the stops. I mean, to think too, they only one of the few pay-per-views where you have 3 or 4 matches inside
In a cage?
Yeah, that's fucking unheard of.
Yeah, I mean, like, outside of the Elimination Chamber and fucking Hell in a Cell.
Well, yeah, but see, the thing is too that really pissed me off when I saw a pay-per-view like Hell in a Cell. They were gonna make it a pay-per-view, and they only had like 1 match in a fucking Hell in a Cell.
Yeah,
That fucking pissed me off.
right.
They look at Lockdown for TNA, and I guess we can't have that, so.
Yeah.
But anyways, I really think this was a good idea to do the second part of this, because, well, as soon as we uploaded the second one, fucking, that was on my YouTube screen. So we had to watch it, and those matches were awesome.
Yes.
I'd say a lot better than the other matches.
Yeah, you can say that.
Maybe, yeah, kind of, sort of.
Yeah.
But it goes to show you, again, wrestling matches that start early, and people are fucking just coming in.
Oh, yeah.
The seats are still empty, but by the end of the night, it's like a jam-packed, like, stadium or whatever.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. But, like I said, though, the names on this card: Scott Hall, Kurt Hennig, Larry Zbyszko, Nick Bockwinkel, Stan Hansen, Jimmy Snuka, Bruiser Brody, Vernon Greg Gagne, the Road Warriors, Michael Hayes, Bulldog Bob Brower, Giant Bubba, Little Tokyo, and Lord Littlefoot, and all the other guys on the card that night.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Fantastic.
And, you know, it's like I said before, I'm glad that we finally got to do an AWA pay-per-view or show.
Yes, sir.
Because looking back, and I've only saw a few matches, I saw a lot of promos.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Mad Dog was shown, The Crusher. There's an excellent promo where the Crusher is talking about a bar, and he's got this kid, and he's bringing a cake, and he wants, I don't know, it's this whole thing that I have to look up again, but some really good matches that I wish I would have saw, but glad I got to see tonight.
Yeah.
So, anyways, this is a 2-part series for Wheels of Fury. Next week, obviously, we get to talk about Extreme Rules.
Yes.
Week after that, we're going to talk about AEW Fight for the Fallen. And then the week after that, if, like, I'll check it out, but if Ring of Honor Best in the World hasn't already happened,
We'll talk about that.
yeah.
And we'll also Slammiversary is coming up pretty soon as well.
Yes.
So
Well, there's 2 things to think about, actually.
busy.
Pretty much. Yeah, and it's good to have a schedule, because
Oh yeah.
you run out of fucking ideas. But anyways, this has been Wheels of Fury once again. I'm Mean Matt, and this is Killer Kyle. And take one good look at him before he goes to hell. I'll see you later.
That's it. We're done. No more. Finito. Auf Wiedersehen. Goodbye. See ya.